Oh, hey there. So today we're going to discuss something that might be holding you back from success. And you can say that there's actually many things that could be holding you back from, or just about anybody from success. But today I wanted to talk about just one thing that seems to hold most online fitness coaches back from really achieving some major success. And this is exclusive to Fit Pros just like you. And it's the reason that they never even see success, or else very little, despite having everything else in place. So from knowing who their ideal client is to their coaching processes, but here's where they have the problem, right? You've probably heard someone say this before, or maybe you think like this as well sometimes. I want to help people, but I hate sounding salesy, right? We've all had this type of mentality, at least in the very beginning. I'm sure that you've gone through this. And the reason why it's a problem, and like I said, it'll hold you back from success, is that it'll make you not want to reach out to anybody, right? Because you think that everybody else is going to see you as just like a salesperson. Or, it's going to make you kind of hold back from making a call to action on some of your posts, or even ask someone to become your client if you see that they'd be a good fit and that you could really help them. And if you're afraid to do those things, then guess what? You'll limit the amount of clients that you can get, because the only ones you'll be able to work with are those that say, hey, I want you to coach me, like directly straight up, when literally we know how small of a percentage that actually is. So before you ask them, and here's a hint, not a lot and definitely not enough to keep you in business, but thinking about this, doing that will only put you in a positive position of vulnerability, because instead of being reactive, you actually become proactive. So I'll probably talk about those two concepts in a future video, but for now, let's focus on where the type of thinking comes from and what you can do to put yourself in a better position, okay? I'll start by saying that not wanting to sound salesy, it typically comes from thinking that sales is a bad thing or it's a negative thing. And, one of the reasons why you might think that is because, you probably think it makes you look like a bad person. But I want you to think about this. Here's the thing. We sell every single day. Every time we want to get something, or we want to get someone to do something for us, we find ourselves in a position that we have to persuade them to do what we'd like them to do, right? This is part of ourselves and our own nature. It's the way we just get things in life. It just happens this way. I'll tell you one thing. My 9-year-old daughter, right? She sells me every day on why she should play Fortnite before finishing her homework. My other daughter, she's 12, and she sells me on, why she shouldn't have to brush her teeth right away. But everybody expects everyone to try to persuade them to do something. So don't be afraid of actually asking, right? In parentheses, this is going to be your selling. So at the end of the day, if you don't do it, someone else will. And the second reason is that you probably fear rejection, okay? This might come from something in the past, from way back from school, whatever it is. But this is something that's happened to all of us, and it's completely normal, right? You find your ideal client, think about how wonderful it would be to coach them, and then you think to yourself that you can't mess that chance up. And there you have the fear of rejection already starting to build up. And just because we become so attached to that one particular person that we're speaking with, that we don't think there's any way in the world we're going to be able to find someone just like that in the future, that perfect person. But you need to understand that rejection is just a form of redirection to better opportunities in life. And see it as something that will actually help you improve and grow in your career. Once you do that, that fear completely disappears. And here's the last reason, okay? You don't have enough or the appropriate knowledge about sales. And that's completely normal too. Look, there's lots and lots of different type of sales strategies on the internet, but whether they work or not, that's another thing, right? And then you have to filter through all of them to be able to try to find that right one that's going to resonate with you, or the one that fits you the most, that you can take a great deal of time to actually learn and really implement. So my advice for you here is that you pick just one, right? There's going to be so many different ones out there. The one that you resonate with the most. And then from there, learn it, implement it, and improve on what you learn along the way. If you do that, I'll tell you this, you'll find that actually selling actually makes a lot of good to everybody, and you'll get so much more pleasure out of it. Okay? So you don't have to think of it so much as sales, but like a transfer just of enthusiasm. So go ahead and implement these tips, because I want to see you winning. I really do. So if you need help with improving your sales, you can always shoot me a message, and I might have something for you. Maybe we have some scripts, maybe we have some special training, but I won't know unless you ask me. Shoot me a message if you need a little help. But otherwise, I hope this was helpful. If it was, comment yes, Tobias, down below, and I'll get you some more training just like this.